What's happening? I am Eric J. Olson, the CEO of Array Digital.
And I am Madison Sullivan, the office administrator at Array Digital.
All right, so this is week number 2 of our marketing teardown, and both Madison and I agree that our backdrop is really lame. We need to work on that. So
we'll work on that next week.
We're tearing ourselves out. We're going to work on a better backdrop. All right, so if you would like your website looked at, if you would like your marketing looked at, if you want us to tear it down, drop a comment. And we'll take a look at your website and maybe schedule you for next week or the week after. And if no one does that, then we will randomly pick a website like we did last week. So we do have a volunteer this week.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So you guys ready? I'm ready. All right, let's go to it. Legal Scale is the company that volunteered last week at our marketing teardown. So here they are, legalscale.com. What do you think, Madison? Like right off the bat.
I think that this is like it looks nice, but it is kind of unclear of what you do.
Yeah, I think okay. So logo, I think the logo is very nice. I did notice that, and I noticed the waves, but yeah. And ahead of the curve. And to your point, like I don't know what they do. Yeah. And actually, at first I would think that this is some sort of a technology company.
I agree, especially with those that background. Even it looks very nice. Don't get me wrong, but it does look like a technology company.
Yeah, yeah. So, is it a technology company? I don't know. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Also, like there's just not a lot of information up there, right? So, like right off the bat, this is what we call above the fold, which is everything that you see on the homepage right when you come to a website. So above the fold, there's really no information besides it has something to do with legal. Yeah. And this doesn't, the ahead of the curve doesn't tell me anything.
No. Also, I do want to point out the button that's orange. It says careers, which is great. It's helpful. Why is that not in the overall right corner? Like, why is it off? It just looks like maybe you're like selecting it instead because it's not that like top.
But that's not what it is, because when I hover over, I get the drop down and all that, which is nice.
It is nice.
Yeah. I don't usually see a home icon. Like usually that's just not there. And I think people, I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I think it's pretty standard to click on the logo to go home.
Yes, agreed.
So this is repetitive, unnecessary. But yeah, to your point, usually if you're going to take a navigation system, a menu item, and highlight it like that, it's the one that's to the right, and it's almost always contact, which is what is to the right. It's just not highlighted. You would expect this highlighting to be around contact. So that's a little odd.
Yeah, unless you're wanting to highlight careers, which if you're really focusing on hiring, that's the main purpose of your website, may be helpful. But I would expect that to be furthest to the right.
Yeah, definitely. And then just so much space here taken for this graphic. Like, again, this is the most valuable real estate that there is on a website, and you have to take full advantage of it. So all I see here is blue. That's it. Yeah. And I still don't really know what y'all do. Right now I've already looked, so I know what you do, right? But it's not clear at this point what you do. So in order to find out, I have to do something. I have to take some action. And I'm lazy. Everybody's lazy. So like, do you really want to take action? I mean, I guess, but at some point someone may say, you know what? I don't even really, maybe I came to this website by mistake.
Yeah. May seem like a bad search result or something.
Exactly. Yeah. So they could click and they could go and look, but most people are just going to scroll down. So helping good clients do great deals. All right. Now, without reading all that text there, because ain't nobody got no time to read on no internet. What do they do?
Something with deals. That's
deals. So they're like a deal broker, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe they buy and sell companies. Maybe I don't know.
Overall, something with deals. Looking for good clients.
Yeah, something legal. Yep. Something with clients and something with deals. But that's about as deep as we're getting at this point. And again, we're not going to read, right? Because nobody reads. And probably this is a lot of, I mean, who knows what this says, but
Yeah, a lot of bullet points are helpful to kind of minimize that, where people will actually look more toward bullet points,
Yes.
where it's like, these are the main points, these are the things that we do,
Right.
instead of that block of text.
Exactly. So keep scrolling down. What do we do? Great. I did actually notice that, but then my eye immediately went to the right bullet points, like you're talking about.
Yes,
like
exactly.
that got my attention.
Yes.
Okay. So corporate transactions and governance, emerging companies, investment management and fund formation, etc. Okay. Are they lawyers? Are they like deal makers? Like, is this like investment bank kind of a thing, or is this like private equity? Like, still a little for me, like a little bit unclear. Like, I don't understand. What are you?
It does seem a bit unclear. Also, I will say it's a little bit not consistent in the formatting of that. Above, then it's all like left aligned, where this section then randomly it's center. So it throws that off a little bit, where I'm used to then reading this section of the homepage and then scroll down, and it's a completely different format. It's really hard to follow. And again, I also am drawn to those bullet points. We're trained to look at the bullet points, make bullet points of what's important, and it's very unclear then what you do. Yeah,
exactly. All right. Well, let's continue on. Let's see if we can figure it out. All right. So now we're going to talk about the unique selling proposition, your positioning statement, why we're different. I don't know. I'm not going to read this. Are you?
No, I'm not.
I'm going to go to this. So experienced, efficient, and business savvy. Cool. Deep knowledge of cutting edge industries. Like which ones?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's feeling a little kind of like generic.
Yeah, it is.
Big law, sophistication with the personal attention of a boutique. Okay, all right. So so I would say this is a hint.
Yes.
That they're a law firm. Yeah. But I had to think about that one, right? Because big law. Now, granted, like we're trying to be okay. Again, I've already looked at this website. I know that they're a law firm, but I'm trying to come at this from the perspective of someone who has no idea, right? Maybe they've just heard of Legal Scale, and like one of their buddies is like, you need to go talk to Legal Scale, but they're not really sure why. Like, this happens all the time. So the point that we're trying to make here is make it very explicit as to what you do. So let me scroll back up to the top.
And who you serve.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. So look at all this space here, right? This right here tells us nothing. Like, I don't know what this is. I mean, that
ahead of the curve kind of sounds more like a financing company, I would say.
I don't know what it is. I mean, we've got waves here, kind of, sort of, but in like a digital perspective, like, so this is just kind of it's just kind of cliche, I guess. Like, it just doesn't tell you anything. What would be much, much better here is Legal Scale is a boutique law firm that services these kinds of clients in this kind of geographic area. Like, really simple. Like, do not make people think.
Yeah, because most of the time people then would be like, oh, this is not what I need. I have no idea what they do. This is not the law firm for me.
Right. Or just the opposite. Oh, wow, this is exactly what I was looking for. I'm so glad that I came across this company. Let me dive in a little bit deeper. So, and also, since we're looking at this navigation system again, you know, Madison, your point about like this is usually something that would be like highlighted on the right hand side. So one of the things that I want to like stress is that a lot of times in things like marketing and the creative field in general, like, there's value on doing things different and unique. That actually can be a negative when it comes to web design. Now, of course, you want to put your own spin on your design and your look and feel and your brand and things like that. It needs to be your personal brand or your personalized brand that goes out to the world. But you also need to make it not confusing for people. You confuse people when it comes to web design when you do something totally different than they expect. Right. So like Madison used the phrase, we've been trained to look for bullet points, right? Well, we've been trained to look at the top of a website for navigation options. We've been trained to look on the right-hand side for things like contact us. If you break that paradigm because you're trying to be unique, cute, or whatever, it confuses people. And if people are confused, they're not going to spend the time and energy to figure it out. Like, I will only spend so much time trying to figure something out on a website.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep looking. You know what I haven't seen here yet? A picture.
Yeah.
Who are these people? Like, how about a picture that's worth 1,000 words, right?
Showing your team,
Yeah.
showing the lawyers that are there, attorneys, things
Right.
like that.
Yeah. What's the most valuable asset of this firm? Again, we're still kind of assuming it's a law firm because it says we're not big law. So I would think that it's a law firm that has something to do with business, but I'm really having to piece this together. All right. So our expertise. Okay. Let's go ahead and read.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Legal Scale works with future forward businesses. I don't know what that means. A future forward business. I don't know. I mean, again, it's unnecessary.
It seems more like a buzzword, just trying to draw you in, but it's kind of confusing.
Well, yeah. I mean, am I like, are we a future forward business? Is legal? I don't know what would not be a future forward business. I mean, I understand like the intent that you don't want to work with. I mean, I guess you don't want to. I mean, I assume you don't want to work with companies that are just like not planning for the future. They don't want to grow. I guess I don't think there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
But all right. Legal Scale works with future forward businesses at the forefront of the latest market trends, including in spaces like e-commerce, fintech, and SaaS. Okay, cool. That last part, clear?
Yes, very clear. That's great.
We're innovators like the clients we represent.
I do like that line. That's a good line.
All right.
Yeah.
Through our business acumen and transactional expertise, our law firm not only sits at the intersection of business and law, we generate novel ideas to help law evolve to fit our clients' dynamic businesses. They generate ideas to help law evolve. I don't know about that one. That's kind of a tongue twister for sure, but also like,
you lost me.
I don't think that law firms are really like evolving per se in the law. I mean, maybe that's their point. Maybe their point is like, we're so cutting edge that like we're defining the legal space here. Because
it could be, yeah.
Maybe. Okay. All right.
It could be. I will say that just coming at this from somebody who doesn't read a lot of legal jargon overall, it's really hard to understand.
Okay.
If I just research this, just looking for something, just as a company, I'm a little bit lost.
Yeah. Okay.
Overall.
All right. Cool. Let's continue on. So here we have okay, so we went from our expertise to like there's no heading here. So like at first I thought this was, oops, I didn't mean to click on that. At first I thought this was like a clarification of your expertise, but looking at it a little bit deeper, it looks like kind of like a press release, like news. But then over here it says view our work. So I guess this is their work. That's a little confusing to me. Like, and I'm not really sure why this is just slapped in here. Maybe there should be like a heading that says news or our clients or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Great. Work with us. Bullet points. Excellent. This over here is a little surprising. Like, and here's why. Actually, you know what I'm about to say, right? What I'm about to say, Madison,
is that it's right aligned and it's hard to read.
Yeah, so it's right justified, but over here it's left justified, and let's see, over here it's center justified.
It's not consistent.
Yeah, so like we're getting like, wow, a lot of justification. So here's the thing, like we have been trained our entire lives to read left to right, left justified. So whenever you do something different, it makes it more difficult. It
is a hard one to read, and it's a little bit smaller as well. Where I'm just looking at the bullet points.
Yeah.
I was not focused on the other words either, and then they were confusing to read.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, and then also like this is an awful lot of what we call reverse text. Reverse text is normally we are trained to read with a light background. Oh, I didn't realize I was going to do that. A light background with dark text. This is just the opposite. It's the reverse. This is more difficult to read. It's just physically more difficult for us to read. The stats are 11% more difficult. And if you make it more difficult to read, guess what? Fewer people are going to read it. I want to click on this. All right, let's see. Let's go to their LinkedIn. Legal Scale, a venture financing focused law firm helping funders and founder reach scale. Funder, oh, that's interesting.
Should be funders and founders.
Yeah, it should be plural.
Yeah.
A venture financing focus. So they work with companies that get some sort of like venture or private equity, something like that. Okay, got it. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is an ECVC. I know VC is venture capital. I don't know what this is, to be honest. EC?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, like it's a LinkedIn company page. It's you're not going to get much out of that, right? So, yeah, I think everything's fine here. Posts. I mean, every once in a while they're posting 5 days ago, 2 weeks ago. I mean, that's honestly plenty good for a corporate site. Personal, you probably want to be a little more active. Let's go to people. What do we got here? 9 associated members. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is Neil. Neil is the one that reached out and said, hey, you can tear down our website. So if anyone else from Legal Scale is like, why did Eric pick this website? You can go talk to Neil. I appreciate it, Neil. All right, let's go back to the website. So what else we got here? Oh, first image. Ooh, that looks terrible.
Yeah.
That gray background with the white background image with the gray. Yeah, not so great. Not so great. All right, well. All right, let's see here. Let me hide this. All right. Website firm or law firm website designed by the Modern Firm. Oh, cool. That's our competitor. Right.
All good.
It's all good. So I did not actually realize that until just now. So I'm not beating up Legal Scale because they had someone else design their website. I mean, all of these websites are going to be designed by someone else. But all right, let's take a look at our team. Okay, so we do have some images. I don't know about you, but I would like bigger images.
I agree. I'd rather focus on the people and that people actually work here, because until you click on the art team, you have no idea who they are. And I think it's important to have people at the forefront.
Yeah, I agree. So I would have really, really, really liked to have pictures of people here much bigger, but also on the homepage. Like this homepage just needs help. Right. I mean, this is the most valuable real estate. This is what people are going to go to most of the time. Now they could go to other pages in your website if you have SEO value. That could be the first place they go to, but most people, most of the time, go to the homepage. So you want to put your best foot forward. You want to just randomly pick another page and then we'll go look at something else for them?
Yeah, sure.
What do you want to look at?
Mergers and acquisitions.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. It's a lot of text.
That is a lot of text.
Actually, it's not really that much, but it's all text.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. Like, all right, anyone who's watching, including the Legal Scale folks, are you going to read this? Like, what compels you to read this? So what's the purpose of this page? Now, if the purpose of this page was for SEO value, you probably need to put a lot more effort into the writing, and it probably needs to be longer, and it certainly needs to be organized different because Google's not really going to do much with this.
Yeah.
If the purpose of this page is to educate people, that's hard to read. Like, it's just not very engaging, and people are not going to. I mean, I wouldn't spend. I'd probably read a couple sentences and then be like, all right, I'm just going to call these people because I don't know. Like,
it would be a skim. It would just look through.
That's a good point.
See if they're, and again, if you have bullet points, main key takeaways is really helpful. So then people just know what overall this is.
You know what's also interesting about this? Like, this kind of confused me. I wasn't really sure what this was doing here, but this is a breadcrumb. Yeah, but so we're on the mergers and acquisitions page, which the title is up here. So what confused me is I actually at first I thought these were like kind of like bookmarks to like other sections in the page
where you could like drop down.
Yeah, but there's only one so it looks like there's only one heading in this whole page, but this is actually the heading which is above the breadcrumb, and that's not typical.
No.
Typically, this breadcrumb is at a higher level than the page. So that was a little confusing for me. Also, seeing all this stuff over here, like, just kind of takes my attention away from the hard stuff of reading.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
there's some opportunity here. But again, like, what's the purpose of this?
Yeah.
So a little bit, it can be cleaned up for sure, but also like, yeah, what's the purpose? Right?
Yeah. And what is the clear thing you want them to do? Do you want the careers, or do you want contact, or do you want the other things? Because you have the contact form, but it's lower. You have to scroll through to get to the contact form on the side, rather than having that up at the top, where if people did have questions, great, contact form is right there at the top of the page, where they're like, I'm not going to read this, I want to contact them. You still have to scroll for it.
Right. Yeah, good point. All right, you know what? Let's take a look at careers, because that is highlighted. That must be very important.
It is very important.
So, okay, what is legal scale? So, okay, so I guess right off the bat, we're talking to prospective employees. I get it. That's cool.
Specifically, a full-time attorney to join.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this whole thing here is written with one job in mind, right?
Yes.
Or one role.
Think so.
Yeah, a full-time attorney. So what is legal scale? Where are they located? Who should apply? Okay, that's cool. How do I apply? Email. All right. I don't know. This almost doesn't even really seem like a job ad. It's almost like it's probably up there all the time, but
yeah. Yeah. Also, cool. Like showing that I mean, it's just at the top of the page. It's just one little sentence about that it is this specific job, rather than having like where if you have multiple, then you can like sort through them, or it's just full-time attorney position and have that at the forefront, so then it's not confusing. If people just missed that sentence, or were like, great, I'm going to look at the headers. What is legal scale? Great, I can look at that. Where are they located? Great. But you have no idea that it's actually that one position unless you look at that one tiny little sentence.
I completely agree. At a minimum, bold that, right? But really, this page should be dedicated to the attorney position, which means it's not really careers. It's like, it's the attorney page. We're hiring an attorney. But then also, like, what's all this stuff doing over here? Like, this is like things that you're putting in front of prospective clients, not prospective employees. I would get rid of all this. And this is not very exciting. Like, I mean, how about some pictures of like the office of talking about your culture? Like, why would I apply? Like, okay, like what's drawing me to this? What are the opportunities I want to have here versus any of the thousands of other law firms that are out there, right? So something to think about. But also, like, okay, here's why I clicked on that, because it's so prominently featured in the menu and highlighted that I was thinking it was going to be like this long list of jobs that were being advertised for, and like that was the biggest thing, the biggest reason why they had this website. But that doesn't seem to be the case based on the, well, I guess the presentation. If this was a more important thing, you would think there'd be like a ton of stuff here. Like, how about like a video of like your founder or one of the managing partners saying why legal scale is great, why you're different.
Yes.
This is almost like, hey, we're hiring, and you can send us an email if you want. It's almost like that versus there's no selling going on here, right? And maybe that's intentional, but you would think it'd be more like, this place is freaking awesome. We're changing the world, and here's how.
Yeah. Also, I do see that you can work from any location. So remote position, also a good thing to highlight at the top.
I did not see that. Where's that? Like,
it's in
it's in here
it's
somewhere.
in that little paragraph.
Yeah.
That says, but is open to having associates work from any location.
Oh, so, well, then why do we focus so much on like where they're located? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it add-on? Yeah. So is it remote or not? I mean, it gets it's optional, but maybe a little confusing. All right.
Do you want to do one quick test?
Do
you want to see if the logo, if you click on it, takes you back to the homepage or not?
Clicked on it. Let's see. Yep, there we go.
It does.
Oh, it did work. All right.
So why is the home thing there if you already have it with the logo?
Actually, I want to see contact too.
Okay.
Like, where's the take us?
Sounds great.
All right. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Wow. Directions. Oh, I can get Google Maps, Bing Maps, or MapQuest, depending on my preference.
Nice.
Cool.
That's helpful to include, I guess.
That's funny. So this always kind of surprises me when people put their email address all over their website, because you're just asking for spam.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a contact form over here, it's really kind of weird how it's center justified.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's not even really like clear, honestly, that it's like a text box because it's so fancy.
It looks like a button.
It looks like a button. Yeah. Now, if I click on this, it's going to probably remove the. Oh no! I just put my wife's name there. I thought it was going to remove the name.
Full name.
So I'm going to put in here.
Okay, it does remove it.
Yeah, but once I started typing, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Interesting. And you know what else I noticed? There are no social media icons down here.
Yeah.
Very surprising. Usually most times in the footer, there's a social media icon. Now, we did have LinkedIn, but that's not here. So I'd have to go figure out where to find the LinkedIn. I do remember it was somewhere on the homepage.
It was down at the bottom, I think.
There we go. And I think I saw it under our team as well. That's what I thought this was. No, I guess not. Let's get our buddy Neil's profile. Okay, that's better.
Yeah. Does look nice. Very clear how to get in contact with him, specific email, specific phone numbers. So it's very clear that this is all specifically for him, which is good.
Yeah, this is good. Cool. But no link to any social media that we can find besides that one LinkedIn. I thought it was going to be here too. I thought it was going to be like see his LinkedIn. But no. Okay. All right. I think we're good with the website.
Yeah.
We looked at the LinkedIn. We're going to look at their social media. I'm sorry, their SEO value. Now, one of the things that we pointed out was we went to the mergers and acquisitions page. And remember, I was like, I don't really know what the purpose of this page is. Is it for SEO value or not? Yeah. Well, let's see how they're doing on their SEO. By the way, do we have I guess we have news and insights. Okay. All right. About once every 2 weeks or so. Yeah. A week, roughly a week, once every week. Wow.
Yeah.
They're putting out something. News.
Good. Except for there's then like an entire block of not having anything in October.
Yeah. And the reason and this goes like November 10th, 15th, very consistent, very, pretty consistent. And then there's like well, I guess it's not. Oh, I guess they just stopped in December. That's really what's going on. I thought there was a gap between December and November, but no, they were very consistent through December 7th. And then that's it. So the last 3 months, I guess that's fine, but so the reason I even came here is I wanted to see where is Legal Scale publishing content that could be picked up for SEO value, and this must be it. Besides these pages here, which we've already seen are pretty light, and not organized the way that you would expect for SEO value. So let's go look at our tool. This is a tool. It's called Ahrefs, and it will show you what the SEO value is of any given website. I already copied and pasted the URL here. Let's take a look. So right off the bat, I see a domain rating of 2.5. Now, that is a rating that is between 0 and 100. The higher, the better. And this is basically like your authority on the web, if you will. That's a very low number, which means that anything that you do for SEO value is you're just going to have a more difficult time because you just don't have the reputation built up with a place like Google to get much traction. I would definitely focus on building up your DR, and there are mechanisms for doing that, in particular backlinks.
Especially with having any news articles about big cases or things like that. Those are really good resources.
Yep. Continuing across here, we have backlinks. I just mentioned backlinks. Good. So we picked up a couple. That's great. And also referring domains, which is another way of expressing a backlink. And then we have organic search is down by 25. Yeah, that sucks. But when we look at this chart, which shows organic traffic over time, it's up. It's good. Yeah. So it's small numbers, but it's up. It's growing. So this is a 1-year chart. Let's back out a little bit to 2 years. So it looks like Legal Scale came onto the internet at least back in January of 23. So they've been around for a year. So very early in the process. You can tell by the DR, there's work to be done here for sure. And I know because I've looked at this market in the past for business law in Manhattan, and there are a lot of people searching for this. Like business lawyers, they just don't believe that people find them online, and people are searching. People are searching for business lawyers, New York, for sure. I've done the research, and they are out there. So the ones that are working this, like playing that game, the SEO game, they are going to benefit, or running ads, right? So there's a lot of opportunity. So they've done something. They're doing something. It's just, there's just not a lot of it. All right. So here we have keywords. We're up to about 15-ish or so. You need hundreds or thousands of keywords. Yeah. So there's certainly work to be done. There's a lot more information here. And our SEO team, like, they go really, really, really deep into stuff like this. So a couple redirects, those aren't wonderful. A couple 404s is a page that's missing. There's 3 of them. So those are not good. Let's see if we can figure out which ones they are. Cesar Sanchez. I guess Caesar's not there anymore. Maybe. Yeah. So that's a bad link. So there's a link on this website somewhere that points to Caesar's page right here. Let's go to the team. Yeah, I don't see him. So probably Caesar was there at one point and he's not anymore. And there's a link somewhere, right? Maybe in the news or something like that. You got to go hunt that down and get rid of it. Actually, won't even tell us. I think it tells us here somewhere, but I don't want to like spend too much time on it. Well, cool. I mean, what else? Is there anything else that you want to check on this? I would like to see their social, but like,
yeah, we could look at their Google Business Profile.
Okay, let's do that. All right. So legal scale, yeah, because it's Manhattan. What's the population of Manhattan? A lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
So that means that there's going to be a lot of local people, and Google Business Profile focuses on the local market. All right. So what it's looking like here is they do not focus on local when it comes to their Google Business Profile. Like you see this right here. I'm going to see if I can zoom this in. They're targeting like basically North America and even Mexico. So it's a massive, what is this? And part of,
I think it's just repeating. It's just
part of Asia. I don't know. It's just, but there's no, that's South America. No, got it. All right. I thought that was Africa. Yeah, no, my bad.
It's just repeating.
Whoa. So massive territory here. Basically all of North America, they're saying they work with, including parts of Canada and Mexico. That's really, 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 really big. I don't know. I mean, unless, of course, they have, assuming that they service other folks other companies outside of New York City. Okay, it's probably legit, but but like even here, areas served, it says New York and nearby areas. I mean, that's not Alaska. Like
It's
not
confusing.
Yeah, like I would focus this in. As a matter of fact, where's their address? Like, how come their address isn't here? Let's go back.
It's 2 Park Avenue. It just showed.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't that listed here? So this is not effective. Oh, look at this. Okay, this URL is a different URL. Is this the same? This may not be the same company. LegalScaleLLP.com. I just noticed the LLP here, and I don't know if they have it. It
is still Legal Scale LLP, I believe. Yep, Legal Scale.
Okay, LLP. All right. Well, but the URL here is legalscale.com. Over here, it's Legal Scale LLP. Let me click on this and see what happens. Okay, it redirects. So they own the LLP version as well. That's good.
That is good.
Something else I want to check is the phone number. Ending in 3753. Let's go back. Oh, I'm going to have to go back. That's a different phone number.
Same phone.
It's not 3753. I think that's what I said. Different phone number, which means that there's inconsistency. That confuses Google. You don't want to confuse Google. You want it to be very consistent. So the website address is different. That's maybe not a big deal. The phone number is different. That's a big deal.
Also, there are no reviews.
No, nothing. Yeah, no questions and answers. These are all opportunities for you to put your best foot forward. Yeah, I would definitely get review. Like, you definitely need reviews here. So, all right, I'm glad that you said let's go look at it, because reviews, got to have reviews. Ask your clients for reviews. And then this right here, the map, like your service area is just way too big, like way too big. Focus in on New York City. That's got 7, 8, whatever million of people, and who knows how many businesses that you could help. Focus on your area, your backyard. Maybe one day you can open it up to a bigger area. Back to LinkedIn. Like, how about, are they doing, I mean, maybe they're not doing Facebook. Let's go to Facebook. All right. So this is a little dangerous searching for. Going to my Facebook. Legal Scale. Legal Scale, Community Center. That's not it. So it looks like maybe they're not on here. But just, I mean, I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
It would be a page. Let's see. Legal Scale personal blog, product service. I doubt that's it. 0 followers. Yeah, I don't know. Community. I don't know. I guess they're not on Facebook, and that's fine, right? You don't have to be. But a lot of people like to hang out on Facebook, so it could be a good idea. So, well, I think we've covered a lot. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So I don't see any comments. No one has volunteered for the next one, which means unless you volunteer by emailing me or hitting me up on LinkedIn or hitting up Madison, we're going to randomly pick someone from some industry somewhere in the United States next week. Till then, I think our work here is done.
Yeah.
Legal Scale, Neil, thank you for volunteering. That was fun. I hope it was helpful. And let us know if you have any questions.